During the current coronavirus pandemic, we usually hear vaccine associated to a country of origin. But why vaccine nationalism is actually nonsense? If we look at the information for each vaccine, we can see efficacy, dosing, storage, but we can also see a flag next to each name. But these flags represents where the headquarters of the manufacturer company are located. But what about the science? If we looked into the website of Moderna, we see that there are 7 different US patents registered for this vaccine. If we picked a random pattern and we dig deeper, what we see is that there is a lot of references inside that pattern. Among those, there are many other patents that are both from the US and from outside the US. But what about the science? Where are these peer-reviewed papers coming from? Although many of those papers come from the United States, also many other countries contributed scientifically, like Brazil, Canada, the EU, Japan, Israel. Indeed, the proof of concept that mRNA vaccines induce a good immunogenic response comes from a clinical trial performed in Germany and Switzerland. Going back to the beginning, we picked a random pattern, and within the references, we picked again another random pattern. In this case, the one in which they explain how liposomes can be used to deliver the RNA vaccines. And if we look at the references for that particular pattern, we see again there are patents, scientific papers, and book chapters where decades of scientific research is compilated. And again, if we focus on the research, we see that in this case, United States is not the main contributor. Science is organized in a pyramid. Although maybe the manufacturer is located in one country, the scientific knowledge necessary to achieve the production of an effective vaccine has been generated in many different countries by many different scientists. Because science doesn't have barriers, let's not create them ourselves.